Well, my fears can only be based upon what we are seeing now. The erosion of trust and confidence, the erosion of high level of integrity, accountability, and also that erosion of notion of public service, where politics comes too much into the picture, where we begin to see polarisation in the beginning to rear its ugly head. That is my fear. But there is a saving grace because we have this big young population in demographic profile who have not yet experienced the bitterness of May 13th, who have not experienced terrorism, who have not experienced bad recessions and so on. They have come during an era where everything was good. Now, these young people must right now be informed all the time about their own responsibility to make sure that wherever they are in place in the country in the future, in whatever position, private sector, public sector, whatever position they hold, they must subscribe to, first of all, that high level of integrity and accountability and sense of responsibility. Secondly, they must put national interest first before self-interest. I mean, it is no point being so important in a stateless condition, you know what I mean? If our country is in the gone to the dogs, there's no point, there's no pride in that. So the young, so the saving grace is the young. So if we can then nurture the young to go back to the good core values, and especially when they are even more enabled with ICT, with all the new technology, new knowledge at their fingertips, they are more enabled to improve whatever there is in the country. And that's the saving grace. But unless we do that, the country will slide. And most importantly, this is not just Malaysia, it is a global phenomenon. This is the era of the millennials, and this is the era where everywhere it seems the erosion of integrity is so visible. People becoming more materialistic, where core values are no longer held in high esteem. And the notion of public service no longer seems to be the guiding principle of people who serve everywhere. You can see this happening everywhere. The fight in politics, the squabble for positions, corruption, making hay while the sun shines, self first before nation. It's not just Malaysia. So the young today, everywhere, must be reminded only to select what's good. Because this can be remedied. It's all human, it's man-made. It's not like it's inbuilt in the culture. It is we who make the culture like that again. So let's go back to the culture where you try to do the best, you try to think of the public dulu, because if the society is good, you share that, right? If society is notorious, you're fearing for the notoriety, right? Correct? So the young must understand, now is their turn. While their elders are making a mess of the country, they should now learn what is it that made the mess. How is it the mess was made? What contributed to the mess? So then they must be prepared not to repeat. Let them be the saving grace for this country. That's all I can say. I do not think it is a woman should always, you see, a woman like a man never remember he's a man, Why should women always think I'm a woman? Men just assume everybody know they're men. And then because they're men, they must be good. That's what some assume. We women must always take it as is. We are women, so what? What's important is not we physically, but what's inside here. Because that makes us the human. So I would rather that you are recognized for your abilities, for your competence, for what you can contribute, rather than for how sweet your smile is, how glamorous you look, how feminine you are. No. But if having all the good qualities of leadership, blah, 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 you are still not less a woman, wow, it's a bonus. Stupid and blind is the man who doesn't recognize that you're a woman. So you don't have to dress like a man to perform well. That's what I mean. And there is no glass ceiling. There's no ceiling whatsoever. This is all psychological barriers planted in your minds by some men. Okay? There's no ceiling, psychological barrier. The ceiling is you. Your mindset is your ceiling. Like I said lah, I have no glass ceiling, nothing. Because I don't use the word challenge. I've got 2 metal knees. I have metal knees, not real knees.
Already.
Yeah, 8-9 years already.
But you look at just normal.
Because I don't think about it. I have plastic lens in my eyes. My natural lens have been removed. They said it has to be removed. Please, go ahead, remove it. Put in the lens, plastic, so what? My knees are metal, 2 pounds each. I come out of the hospital, tak ada benda. I walk. After 3 months, I did umrah with Sidik. And I was right in front, and these fellows were all behind, and they said we have to change our knees. Because we cannot walk as fast as you. You finish your umrah way before we audit. Ni, Sidik and the rest of officers semua kat belakang leceh. I ada jalan, no, with my 2 metal knees, 3 months. You see, it's a mindset.
Just a final question. Are we on the right track towards achieving Vision 2020?
Actually, I must say, like, Vision 2020 is not about numbers, okay? It's about the quality of the society. I don't think in that qualitative aspect, if we don't remedy things in time, we may be a first world society. We may have the numbers, but that's not enough. It's a mindset of the first world that kita nak, which is a mindset of a society, as I've said just now, high integrity, accountability, pride in performance, kan? That kind. Are we not sliding back? I worry we are sliding back. So we may achieve the numbers. It's like student balik tadi lah, 12A, tapi kurang hajar. You know what I mean? Kurang hajar dekat mak bapak, tak menolong mak kat rumah. 12A ni. Kan? Rumah semak kat situ lantak lemak. I'm serious. No maid, nothing. Tapi tempat tidur pun dia tak kemas. Mak nak kemas kan. Kalau kemas mak suruh, melantak lah, Aku nak keluar, aku keluar. Kan? Mak nak pergi jalan, nak pergi keluar, nak pergi mall, nak pergi mana kan? I mean, 12 A's. I'm not proud of a child like that. Are you proud? That's what I'm trying to say. So when I go and talk to Pak PIBG sekolah, I said jangan pentingkan sangat berapa A anak tu. Tengok perangai anak tu. Saya biarlah dia 3A, tapi anak yang kita boleh tatang harga kan. Kan? A kita nak bawa ke mana? Kalau dia kurang hajar pada kita kan, tak hormat kat kita, apa guna? Nak bawa ke mana 12A tu? This is the thing. So this is 2020 macam itulah. Orang kata Malaysia nak PG lah. Correct?
Betul.